All right, so basically, I wanted you guys to come here today so I could give my side on everything that happened with the aftermath, because I haven't got to address that yet. You know, I started the aftermath years ago, and it was my vision for this group to be one of the best that the Mid-Atlantic has ever seen. And, you know, along the way, a couple of guys fell off, but I felt like by the end of it, we got a good group of guys. You know, it was myself, Osiris, Trevor Lee, Ben Tyler, and then Chet Sterling came along. Well, somewhere along the way, the younger boys started creating some problems inside the group. You know, it's almost like they would try to pit me against Osiris, me against William Cross, and I couldn't really tell what was going on until later on. And then sure enough, everyone's seen what happened at Madness in Any Direction. Me and X in a match, and then out of nowhere, here comes Trevor Lee, knees me right in the face. They're all three jumping me. Osiris comes over, says, seems he's had enough. They all turn on X. Now when I was there and I come up and I realized what happened, I stuck my hand out to Osiris to try to squash the beef. I don't know if he was gonna shake my hand, I don't know what was gonna happen. But I do know next time I see Osiris, I'll stick my hand out to him again and we'll see what happens. But as far as tonight goes, it's time for me to go in here and start taking the aftermath apart one by one.
Alert CWF is live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm stuck here in the middle of nowhere, the darkness slithering to grapple to me. I look within to find the things that I don't always see.
Our first match tonight is scheduled for singles action, one fall, with a 10-minute time limit. Please welcome out, Dakota! And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent tonight, please welcome one half of the Hillbillies, Mr. Southpaw, AriK
The Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, as always, comes unglued for them Hillbillies. Welcome to CWF Mid-Atlantic Redemption, live from Gibsonville, North Carolina's Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. Brad Stutz and your boy Nick D here in the booth. And Nick D, has there ever been a crazier time in CWF Mid-Atlantic? After everything that happened at Madness in Any Direction, after everything that happened 3 weeks ago at High Tension, we could literally be in store for anything tonight.
Brad, you said it quite clear. Tonight, it's going to set the pace. We've already set the pace with Madness in Any Direction. It's going to get even crazier as we approach the summertime.
The summertime is on its way. And I can never recall a springtime when things were as out of control. If you have not been keeping up with CWF Mid-Atlantic, let me break it down for you real real quick. AriK Royal is still the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. Trevor Lee is still the Mid-Atlantic Television Champion. The Goon Squad still the Tag Team Champions. However, the Ultra J Champion Chiva Kid has been unmasked by Trevor Lee to reveal Andrew Everett Cross, the son of injured Aftermath mastermind William Cross. Zane Dawson has invaded from the Carolina coast and says that he will take the Mid-Atlantic Championship tonight. A dangerous Nick Richards has destroyed Fatback Enterprises, retiring me to the commentary position, and is currently hiding, for lack of a better word, from Donnie Dollars, who is on a rampage. And in our opening contest right here at Redemption, Eric Andrews, one half of the Killbillies, takes on Chase Dakota. Chase Dakota, the lone member of the Black Watch group, in action tonight. All of Killbilly Nation is here, strong and proud. And I gotta say, Nick D, from the first time I saw him wrestle to now, Chase Dakota might be the most improved wrestler on the CWF Mid-Atlantic roster.
Well, you said it, Brad. I mean, look at it. Back in February, he had one of the biggest matches of his career against Roderick Strong here in this building. And after that match, he has set the tone and has increased it ever since then.
I'll say it, though, if there's one man on the roster that has more improved than Chase Dakota, it might be Eric Andrews. 11 months undefeated as part of the Killbillies, multiple months as the tag team champions, and could one day be a singles champion. Eric Andrews has whipped himself into shape and is undeniably one of the top rising talents in the Mid-Atlantic. And we saw just moments ago, as we were making our point about Chase Dakota, Dakota tried to cheap shot Andrews, and Andrews literally saw Dakota on the Sawyertron 3000 and said, "I'm not going to fall for that. I can see you on the screen."
Well, see, that's the thing you got to give about Eric Andrews. He's a veteran in this business, been wrestling for a long time. So he was able to pick up one of the tactics that Chase Dakota tried to bring to the matchup tonight.
Water in the face. Oh God, I don't think that really distracted Eric. Oh God, maybe it did for a second. It didn't seem to phase him like it normally does, but boy, it did create an opening for Dakota one way or another. As we should point out, our special guest referee tonight for a couple of the matches, Tyler Dalton from the, oh God, did you hear the kick against the head of Eric Andrews?
Wow, I mean, I think everyone here in Gibsonville Sportatorium heard that kick. You always say it was a kick heard around the world.
I was gonna say our special referee tonight for a couple of the bouts is Tyler Dalton. He's in the ring right now, a staff member with the Alamance County Boys and Girls Club. We've got a huge fundraiser event coming up in 2 weeks at the Alamance County Boys and Girls Club. All the information for that is on CWF247.com right now. And cover, Dalton is right there, good positioning. Tyler Dalton, a lifelong fan. He's been coming to our events for years and years and years. I remember this kid when he was 10, 11, 12 years old, and we've been showing him the ropes a little bit, trying him out as a referee tonight, and if he does well, if he passes the test, he'll get to referee at the Boys and Girls Club in 2 weeks on that huge event that's coming up. But so far, so good. You can tell a little inexperience in Tyler Dalton, you can tell. But like I said, this guy's been coming to our live events for years and years and years. I remember him when he was a young kid. He knows the sport. He's followed it for years. We've given him some training days here at the dojo to get in shape and kind of finesse learn the ropes, so to speak. And he's making his debut here tonight as an official, proudly representing the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club of Alamance County. We're so proud to be with them coming up on Friday night, May 17th. And Dakota right now, proud of himself for the job that he's doing to Eric Andrews.
Well, you gotta, Chase Dakota, like I said, he's out here by himself. There is no Joe Black and Solomon Spades are not here. So he has something to prove here tonight, being the only member of the Black Watch, going up against one half of the Killbilly. So it's going to be a great matchup tonight. It's going to be a test to see if he can do it on his own without any help from the Black Watch tonight.
I agree, and it's a real interesting matchup on paper because I think nothing against Joe Black and nothing against Evan Banks. Oh gosh, no, ain't the foot. Nothing against Joe Black and nothing against Evan Banks, but I think if either team was going to have a breakout singles guy, these are the guys who have got the most potential, who are coming from the most experience to potentially break out as a singles guy. So somebody's going to pick up a big singles win here, and the RGL title is still up for grabs every so often. The television title is still up for grabs at least once a month. So title shots are in play at all times here in CWF Mid-Atlantic. Power slam only gets 2 from Southpaw.
Well, that's the thing. AriK Andrews, you know, can show. I've seen him a couple of times being in singles competition. Like you said earlier, he has the chance that he can actually go up against one of those titles that are up for grabs here in the CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Dakota biting the hand to create an opening for himself. Russian leg sweep, no. Reversed it, no. Dakota's not gonna let him have it. Oh, decked him right in the mouth.
Chase Dakota has definitely turned it up a notch. It's more of an aggression.
Reversal, side Russian leg sweep, floated right over, all the body weight on the shoulders, and he beat him with it. Great classic wrestling move from AriK Andrews, wins the bout.
1, 2, 3, that's all you can say.
And ladies and gentlemen, in 5 minutes, 34 seconds, your winner by pinfall, Southpaw AriK Andrews!
Good stuff.
Come on! Can we get drunk yet?
And ladies and gentlemen, our next bout tonight in CWF Redemption. This singles action, a rematch. Scheduled for one fall, the 15-minute time limit. MECHA Mercenary! Fresh out of the CWF dojo, Briggs! And ladies and gentlemen, this is one fall with a 10-minute time limit.
Getting everybody on their feet here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, as this is the second professional match for Big Aaron. The first one was back on March 30th at our Madness in Any Direction I-PPV. MECHA Mercenary came out on top, but this kid showed so much heart, so much promise. But a couple of weeks back, he came out in this ring and he asked CWF Commissioner Dangerous E. Corey Edsel for one more chance against the big man. He's got it, and MECHA's jumping him right at the bell.
Wow, I mean, hard-hitting action to start off this matchup. Like you said, Aaron Briggs coming fresh out the CWF dojo is out to prove to MECHA Mercenary that he can hang with him in the ring.
I think hard-hitting action, like you said, is exactly what to expect in this one. You got to watch creepy Cecil Scott on the outside. Good Lord, they move the ring. Look at Aaron Briggs move. Good Lord, he knocks MECHA all the way to the floor. 60 seconds into this match, and he has knocked the big man to the floor, and the monster and Cecil are going to need to regroup.
Wow, you can tell a difference from this matchup with Aaron versus the match he had at Madison Any Direction. He's more focused, he's more determined, and he's out to show MECHA that he can hang with him no matter any place, any time, state, any country, even in the whole world.
I'll say this, and with 15 years of experience calling matches behind me, I'll say this, he looks so much more confident. To your point, Nick D, the confidence in Big Aaron is there. You can tell that he knows, he feels like he can beat MECHA Mercenary tonight, and they are taking it to the floor here.
Well, you got to understand, see, when the first match he had at Madison Any Direction, that was his first match. You got the butterflies, you got the jitteries of performing in front of this live crowd who are all into it now. After you've got that first match out the way, you kind of get that second time that, hey, you know what? I've got to come, and I've got something to prove, and that's what he's coming to do tonight.
Completely agree with you. And you know, it just kind of worked out that way with the scheduling, this issue that developed with MECHA Mercenary and Aaron Briggs that started back in January. Cecil Scott got the feet. Charles is oblivious. Oh, God, kicked him right in the head. I was going to say, it just worked out with the scheduling. This issue started back in January, and it came to a head right before our I-PPV. You know, this kid's very first professional match was streamed live on the internet all over the world, not on a tape delay like what we're watching right now on YouTube. This kid's very first pro match went live worldwide without a net. You know what I'm saying? So the nerves for his first match had to be, take what a normal rookie having his first match would have and multiply that exponentially to how this kid must feel knowing, hey, if I screw up, if I look foolish out there, if I trip and fall on my face, it's going to be seen live worldwide. Grant Sawyer cannot go in and edit it and take it out later because it's going to be out there if I mess up in my very first match. But you're right, though. He seems more confident. He's showing a lot more poise, a lot more presence. Right now, the MECHA Mercenary is standing on him, though. 440-plus pounds on the back of Big Aaron. But I tell you, Nick D, the crowd has not left Big Aaron's side one moment in this contest.
And that's the thing, you got to give it to the fans out here. They're supporting Aaron Briggs because it's kind of like Stutzy, they understand him. He came from the dojo, he came from the training school, so now it's almost like he's a part of the people.
He's a working class, a blue-collar hero, so to speak. Kicked him in the gut. We're going to see a big power move here from Big Aaron. Thinking about it, hits the ropes. Oh! MECHA, great shot there from Grant Sawyer. MECHA's eyes, even with the mask on, you could tell, MECHA's eyes never left Big Aaron. Wherever Aaron hit in that ring, MECHA was watching him. Cover, only two. MECHA's eyes never left Aaron at any point in that match. In that moment just now, he took that big shot to the sternum, but he was watching his opponent to see where he was coming from, and he cut him right off.
Well, that's the thing about MECHA. He's had experience. Unlike Aaron, you know, he's had several matches here in the CWF. He's been around for a while. So those rookie mistakes, you will not see that when it comes from a guy like the MECHA Mercenary.
Undeniably so, and we've talked about before in other releases here from CWF Mid-Atlantic. Hold on. I'll make this point in a moment. Oh! Got him in the face with the boot. Aaron wrestling defensively now. Smart move from Aaron. Got him again. He needs to put something together. Rock the big man. Well, the MECHA, they're both big men in this one. Oh! Right there, just like I said, Aaron connected with two shots, but MECHA's made his one shot mean more. Big clothesline, almost hung him over the top rope there.
Wow. MECHA, and like I said, this is a hard-hitting matchup, blow for blow.
Oh, God! Aaron goes all the way to the floor.
Wow. I mean, if you could expect this match to get any better than it is, two big guys who are slugging it out, falling over the ring post, falling over the floor. I mean, the whole crowd is into it from the minute it started this matchup tonight.
I was going to say a moment ago, we talked about on other releases before, the level of experience. If you wrestle one guy 30 times, it's not the same as if you wrestle 30 different people and you get 30 different experiences from that. And that's one thing that MECHA Mercenary has to his favor. Only a handful of years in the business. If my math is correct, it's still less than 5. However, he's been in the ring with people like the Mid-Atlantic champion AriK Royal, with people like the Chiva Kid, Rob McBride, rookies like Aaron Briggs, veterans of the ring wars like Corey Edsel. He has had a vast array of people that he has wrestled in his pro career. And these guys have literally just been beating the tar out of each other for the past 5 minutes.
I mean, Stutzy, it's almost willing to say these two guys really don't like each other. I mean, it started back in January. It's here now. These two guys don't like each other. I mean, there's been times where they will go back and forth. You've got to look at a guy like Cecil making comments about Aaron, disrespecting him. I mean, this match right here is one for the books right here.
Oh, right in the chest, right in the sternum. Well, Cecil Scott has long felt himself and MECHA were disrespected. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. It echoed. The sound bounced off the walls in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. Cecil Scott has long felt he and MECHA were disrespected by pretty much everyone in CWF Mid-Atlantic. He feels like he's never gotten a fair shake. Oh, boy, straight right hand caught him right in the face. And I think Cecil thought that that Aaron was an extension of that. A rookie, a security guard that Cecil felt disrespected by, and that's where this whole situation came from. Was Aaron Briggs, like a lot of other trainees as they're learning the ropes, was doubling as security, extra staff here. Oh, cover, only got 2. He was doubling as security, extra staff here. He broke up a fight that MECHA, Mercenary, and Cecil had instigated, and in the crossing of paths, Cecil and MECHA felt disrespected by this wrestling school trainee, basically, and the issue was born out of that, where they attacked Big Aaron, and Aaron knocked MECHA on his keister back in January. This is the second match between them. Oh, no chop. He blocked it. Oh, and fires back on MECHA.
Well, you've got to look at it too. I mean, some of the comments that before the matchup, Cecil had some kind of disrespecting remarks to Aaron. There would be kind of borderline, sending him back to the projects, calling him a boy. I'm sorry, Stutzy. If someone talked bad about me like that, I'm going to be kind of extra motivated for this matchup tonight.
That's a great point, and I definitely think that Cecil, well, whatever you want to call it, I'm not going to speculate on his ideology or his philosophy for life, but Cecil absolutely, as he's choking, we get a shot of him choking Big Aaron on the outside. Cecil, for whatever reason, absolutely thinks this kid is beneath him, and certainly beneath MECHA. All the weight on the back. Cecil Scott, for a number of years now, has seen this big monster as his meal ticket, potentially, as someone that could bring him championship gold, bring him more money in his pocket, maybe the tag team titles, maybe a singles championship that Cecil then could piggyback off of. But for whatever reason, well, I mean, his physical attributes are obvious, but for whatever reason, MECHA listens to Cecil, and Cecil has attached himself to MECHA. That's his meal ticket. But you're right. It definitely seems like Cecil is more personally against Big Aaron than an average competitor here in CWF.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, with the comments that you're saying, sending them back to the projects, you know, calling him a boy.
Oh, God, crushed him. It's over. It is over right there. Two. I was ready to put this one in the books, Nick D.
I was too. Normally, like I said, you got to give credit to Aaron Briggs. Like I said, he's out here to show difference. He's got the crowd behind him. He's more determined. He's more focused. I don't think Aaron's going to give up this as easily as he did the last time against the MECHA Mercenary.
MECHA's calling for something here. It could be the black hole. No. Aaron's on his feet. Big kick to the sternum. Now what are we going to see? Is he going to slam him? Got him up. Got him down. Dropped him right on his side. That's going to jar everything, the kidney, everything on that right-hand side of MECHA's is going to get jarred by crashing against the canvas. Big splash.
60 seconds.
Two.
But the foot is on the rope.
And this moron Cecil Scott is on the apron. We're under a minute in. One of these guys is going to need to put something together quickly here.
45 seconds.
We're at 45. Big Aaron's going for something. He needs to put the big man away. He needs to hit something big. This is the inexperience, Nick D. He doesn't have time for simple forearms. He needs a haymaker. He needs something big.
And see, that's a rookie mistake. Like I said, when you get that match, when you get him down, you've got to go for it and put him away.
Huge slam, but he's got to make a cover. He's got to get on top of that man. Two. Time is ticking away.
15 seconds.
Time is ticking away. Aaron needs to do something. One big knockout shot would do it. One big knockout shot would win it. But I think, he's got Cecil. Took his eye off the ball.
3, 2.
Took his eye off the ball. Oh, God! But he's out of time. He's out of time. He put the 400-pounder on his shoulders and drove him into the mat. But 10 minutes are up.
That's where that rookie mistake comes into play. He took his eye off of Cecil.
10-minute draw. 10-minute draw, says the ring announcer. We are out of time.
And ladies and gentlemen, this match has been ruled a 10-minute time limit draw.
He had him. He took him down. Could not have been any prettier if he had just not wasted that precious time in the final minute of the match. If he had not wasted those precious seconds, Big Aaron had this thing won. He is standing over MECHA. MECHA is down and flat on his back. The Sportatorium is calling for 5 more
minutes.
I don't think MECHA's in any shape to give him 5 more minutes.
I don't think so either. You gotta give credit to Aaron. He gave it a hard-fought victory, but like he said, he took his eye off us. He took his eye, put his eye on Cecil, and it cost him where he could have had the match won.
The 400+ pounds of Big Aaron came crashing down on MECHA. I have never seen MECHA completely laid out flat on his back like he is, but unfortunately, Big Aaron runs out of time here at Redemption.
Even though I was advertised, I will not be able to make it tonight. It's not my fault. It's Corey's. Because all I want is 2 things, and he can't promise them to me. All I want to promise to me is that if I walk in that building on May 4th, Donnie's not going to try and kill me. He can't promise me that. If I walk out to that ring and grab a live microphone, he can't promise me that it's not going to get cut off. Because he may not like what I have to say. Fix those things and I'll show up. Because Corey, frankly,
Cut him off.
I don't know what it is.
Cut him off. Turn me on. Cut him off. To hell with him. To hell with him. We're not going to devote any time on this program to people that do not have the respect for you to show up here. That's right. That's my kid brother, but if you want to hear what he has to say, go on YouTube, because he's not getting any time on this program if he doesn't even have the respect for you to show up. Is the other thing ready?
Should be.
Is the other thing ready? Okay. We got some friends from the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club here tonight. We tried out Tyler as a referee tonight. How'd he do? All right? We're gonna try out Tyler again at the Boys and Girls Club. If the other thing is ready, play the other thing. I don't care about Richards. Play the other thing. Yeah. This is Brad Stutz along with the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion AriK Royal and the Hall of Famer Sergeant Slaughter, and all of us at CWF Mid-Atlantic are so thrilled and so pleased to be coming to the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club of Alamance County, 807 Stockard Street in Burlington. It's going to be a huge night. Friday night, May the 17th. The Sarge is going to be with us. AriK Royal defends the Mid-Atlantic title and so much more. Every cent that comes through the door goes to the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club to finance a new bus. These buses all year long take students, young children from the community to water parks, theme parks, bowling alleys, all kinds of things in the community, and every cent that comes through the door on Friday night, May 17th, is gonna go to finance a brand new bus for the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club of Alamance County. So we wanna see absolutely everyone there, all the CWF Mid-Atlantic fans, everyone within the sound of my voice, come out and join us Friday night, May 17th. We wanna see you there.
Hear what he says? That's an order. It's time that the community steps up. Not only Sergeant Slaughter and the CWF, but everybody here in Burlington needs to support. Support the Boys and Girls Club. They got buses that need work. They need help. Come out and be here. Help support your community.
With Don Kernodle and Sergeant Slaughter in attendance, we will pay tribute on Friday night, May 17th, to the most famous match in the history of Greensboro, Slaughter and Kernodle versus Steamboat and Youngblood.
30 years, Don Kernodle, Sergeant Slaughter, World Heavyweight Champions, taking on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Jay Youngblood. Greatest match of all time, not only in Greensboro Coliseum, but in the whole world. They turned 30,000 people away, ladies and gentlemen, so don't miss out.
With the Hall of Famer Sergeant Slaughter and his mentor Don Kernodle in attendance, AriK Royal defends the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship.
Every day I'm in that gym working my tail off, trying to get in shape, trying to even be in the best shape I could possibly be in, so when I go in that ring, everybody knows what beast mode is all about.
It all goes down right here in the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club on Friday night, May 17th. We want to see this place packed. Join us Friday night, May 17th. Bell time is at 7:30 p.m. and all the information is at CWF247.com. I think that's a lot more important to donate a couple of minutes to the show towards. That's a huge weekend for all of us. Friday night, we're going to be at the Boys and Girls Club. It's just off Webb Avenue. People can tell you how to get there here in attendance tonight. And then Saturday night, the following night, it's the 350th live event in CWF history. We've been talking to a lot of people that you haven't seen in years. Announcements are going to start coming Monday on CWF247.com about who's going to be here. We want you, if you can, to join us both nights. It's going to be a huge weekend of wrestling, and I'm going to take my spot at commentary because this next match is going to be a little different.
Cue.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next match tonight is CWF Redemption. It's scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Please welcome one half of them Killbillies. Into the ring by Barefoot, Bobby Joe Neal, and Bobby Labonte, NASCAR legend and Hall of Famer. This is the Honky Kong Evan Banks.
Well, Nick D, I really don't know what to expect out of this next match. It's one of the most unusual matches we've ever signed. It will not be for everyone, but it will be unpredictable. It will be outrageous as the lunatic member of the Killbillies, Evan Banks, tangles one-on-one with the most outrageous, the most unpredictable wrestler ever in CWF history in Matty Daero. Nick D, I really don't know what to expect out of this one, but we will all find out together.
You've got two of the most, like you said, two of the most outrageous, craziest guys in CWF Mid-Atlantic going one-on-one. As Eric Andrews has popcorn, you might want to be like Tio and get your popcorn ready for this one.
We see the look on the face of Matty Daero. Just like myself, just like Donnie Dollars, just like Commissioner Corey Edsel, the group that we have poured years of our lives into, Fatback Enterprises, was demolished back on March the 30th. And Nick, right now we're all kind of rebuilding. We're all deciding what to do with ourselves. Clearly, Donnie Dollars is fired up. We saw what he did to Charlie Weston back on April the 20th. I myself have chosen to stay behind the scenes and become a broadcaster. If I can't go to ringside with my friends, I'm not going to go to ringside with anybody. I talked to Matty D earlier this afternoon, and it was a different Matty D. And you can see the focus on his face. I think, well, from what I talked to him about, I think we can ascertain that the destruction of Fatback Enterprises has really got Matty second-guessing some things about his lifestyle, about his career.
Well, like you said, Brad, the Power Glove's not out here. There's no briefcase with the Power Glove. There's no, happy-go-lucky. He seems like he wants to be focused on the career and fighting and not, being comical and having fun.
He says he's giving it.
I've been going through a lot here in the past few weeks. Everybody knows what I've been through. I came here tonight, Evan, to wrestle a match.
Oh, come on!
Just like we used to wrestle at Boogie's Wrestling Camp in Shawsville. You want to see a wrestling match tonight?
Matty D As he alluded to, one of the Virginia boys, he trained with the Killbillies and Sean Christian years ago.
Maddie, you were blowing my mind here. Wait, wrestling? You're saying that's what we're doing? We got into wrestling to have fun. We're gonna have fun tonight. That's it.
Right, we're gonna have fun, but I want to wrestle.
Side headlock from Daero. Daero says we're going to wrestle. Looks like he's going to make Evan Banks wrestle him.
Well, like you said, you got to give it to somebody like Matty Daero. You know, he used to be the fun guy with the power glove and have fun. He's about wrestling tonight. He's about showing people that he can actually wrestle and not have fun all the time.
When we talked this afternoon, he said something that I wasn't expecting him to say. He said, you know, maybe Richards was right, what he said. Maybe to some extent, Fatback was an albatross around our neck. Maybe to some extent, we had outgrown it. You know, Matty's been here a long time. I don't have the Grant Sawyer Almanac and match result book here in front of me, but I know he's been here since January of 2005 or 2006. I think 2005. That's a long time.
8 years in the making.
And Matty, in all that time, yes, he won the CWF Rumble one year. Yes, he has had some success, high-profile matches, Cage of Death, big matches at Battlecade. But Matty, in all that time, has never won the big one. He has never been a major champion in CWF, not even the Rising Generation League Championship when he was a rookie. Daero has never won a major championship in CWF in all those years. And, you know, when he said that to me, when he said that maybe Richards was right about what Fatback had become, it really surprised me. But, you know, maybe this whole thing has really opened Matty's eyes to take wrestling a little more seriously.
Well, 8 years is a long time to not hold a major title here in the CWF. And that kind of psyche starts getting to your head, Brad. When you go, you know, going through the motions for 8 years and you have no title to show for on your resume, you kind of have that crossroads to wake up and say, you know what, I got to get focused now. I got to go back to what I know, and that basics, and that's wrestling.
Schoolboy Daero cradles him, gets two. Headlock from Evan Banks. Evan Banks is really, he is really trying to have fun tonight. He really wants that fun-loving Matty Daero tonight. You know, I think in Evan Banks' mind, underhook, nope, reverses it, takes him to the canvas. You know, I think in Evan Banks' mind, there's 7 other wrestling matches on the card tonight, and I think creatively, I think he sees an opportunity to make some magic with Matty, but Daero wants to wrestle. He doesn't want to fall back on the old tricks, so to speak. This is a very interesting psychological match we're seeing tonight. Daero sends Banks all the way into the corner, put all his body weight behind it.
Well, it's kind of like, Brad, it's kind of like when you're in school and you want to go hang out with the cool kids, but then you realize that you got to get your schoolwork done.
Bobby Labonte is standing in front of Evan Banks right now.
Where you want to be cool with the cool kids, but you know you got to be focused on school because you want to go to college. Sometimes you have to put the fun away and get focused on the matter at hand, and that's making sure that you get right in school. And in that case with Matty Daero, he's trying to be focused and trying to stay on the task at hand and being a good wrestler.
He T-boned Bobby Labonte! Good Lord Almighty, he T-boned Bobby Labonte! Eric Andrews is giving the X on the floor. Bobby Labonte has been T-boned. Bobby Labonte, Kingfish cannot believe it. Bobby O'Neill cannot believe it. Joey Hogan cannot believe it. Bobby Labonte has been T-boned.
Wow.
Oh, hold on.
I'm sorry. You want to come in here? You want to wrestle? Yeah. You want to team up Bobby Labonte?
Oh gosh, hook the arm. Matty Daero is focused tonight. He's not letting anything deter him on his path here. Big arm drag. Takes Banks to the canvas. Banks fires right back. And now we're up and now we're wrestling. And the crowd here in Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium giving him some applause, giving him some feedback for it. And Daero smiling for the first time in this contest, Nick D.
Sometimes you gotta give people a wake-up call. And I think the T-bone suplex to Bobby Labonte was Matty's wake-up call to say, hey Evan, it's time for us to wrestle tonight and give these fans a good show.
Shoots him into the buckle. Daero climbing up, back elbow. Two of the more popular guys in the Mid-Atlantic. You know, this match would, oh God, spear! Banks nailed him with the spear, just drilled him. You know, you would not see this out of just anybody, but these two guys, you know, the fans absolutely adore both these guys. It's very 50-50 at different places in the building. You know, the Killbillies have their section of fans here at every Gibsonville event. Some fans in some other parts of the building are behind Matty Daero. Very interesting matchup that we're seeing here. Banks has got the biggest opening of the match, and he just left. Banks has got the biggest opening of the match, and he just left. Joey Hogan's putting a count on him. Joey Hogan's putting a count on him. Counts up to three. Counts up to three. Did Banks get tired of wrestling? I don't understand.
I have no idea.
Did Banks get, what is going on now? Joey Hogan stopped the count. Oh, Jesus. Is he? I'm Stephanie? Well, we saw this back at Ultimate Survivor in November. Evan Banks has been known to morph into other wrestlers from time to time, and it appears that Evan Banks has morphed into a wrestler whose name I don't think we can legally say by copyright, but we've got to, the match is going to continue. Matty Daero doesn't know what to do. Joey Hogan doesn't know what to do. Bobby O'Neill is dressed as Stephanie McMahon. I can say that. And they are slugging it out in center ring here. Daero is teeing off on the game here.
The crowd is still stunned.
Super kick caught. Oh God, spine buster. Well, Evan Banks has been known to morph into other wrestlers from time to time, and it looks like he's morphed into one tonight, and he's got control. He's actually wrestling better now than he was as himself.
He just gave the chop.
Pedigree! Pedigree, this is gonna be all pedigree. No, jackknife's over, on top, and he beat him. Daero jackknifed over and beat him. Banks is not happy about it. Banks tried to pull out that fun-loving Matty D, and it never came. Daero picks up the win. Fans here in the Sportatorium still split. Well, the match is over right now. And we're going to jump, it looks like, Nick D.
It's, rest in peace to Chris Kelly from Crisscross.
Well, now that he's got the win, it looks like the fun-loving Matty Daero is still in there. And we are all having fun in the Sportatorium tonight. A big victory for Matty Daero, coming at a time when he needed it desperately.
And ladies and gentlemen, your winner by pinfall, 8 minutes, 14 seconds, Matthew Daero.
We're retired!
match tonight in CWF Redemption. This scheduled for singles action, one fall with a 15-minute time limit.
Listen to her, they love me.
Representing the Aftermath, please welcome Chet Sterling.
Big matchup tonight for this young man, Nick D. A big matchup for this young man. I gotta say, it's without question the biggest singles match of Chet Sterling's career as he tangles with the first RIC Converse.
RIC Converse had set out to dismantle the Aftermath which he created, and he's starting tonight with the Aftermath apprentice, Chet Sterling.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent tonight. Here's the first RIC Converse.
Debuting brand new entrance music and perhaps a brand new attitude. It is RIC Converse hearing the cheers of the crowd for the first time in a long time.
It's RIC Converse with the... It's a brand, like you said, a brand new day, and the crowd is actually into the new, they like the new first RIC Converse out here tonight.
You just heard him say it, it's a new day. This is a big match for Converse too, the most decorated champion in CWF history. But this is an opportunity for him to show that he can hang with a rising star. Basically to show that he's still the man here. Because this kid, Chet Sterling, he is goofy, he may be an idiot, but he has been mentored for over a year now by Trevor Lee, by Ben Tyler, and even by Osiris and Converse himself. So this kid has had over a year now to sit at the learning tree and be coached, no pun intended, by some of the best talents in Mid-Atlantic wrestling. This is a coming out party for Chet Sterling, an opportunity to show what he can do, and it's an opportunity for Converse to show that he's still the man and he can still dominate a rising rookie like he's doing right now.
Well, absolutely. You touched on it. It's almost like when you're in school, you've got you hang with a whole bunch of your friends, and you're out to prove to your friends that you can hang with everybody. But you've also got the most experienced one to say, hold on now, son. I still run the yard around here. So this is going to be a good matchup tonight. Chet Sterling proving that he can hang with RIC Converse, and RIC Converse being able to show that he's still and will still be the first here in CWF.
Oh God, he's got Sterling on the rope, brings him in the hard way. I think you're 100% accurate, Nick D. I think this is all about who runs the yard, so to speak. Is Converse still the top dog in the Mid-Atlantic, or has the Aftermath usurped him? Have they leapfrogged over him and taken his spot? We saw back at Madness in Any Direction, Trevor Lee, Ben Tyler, and Chet Sterling kicked out Osiris and Converse from the Aftermath and declared Trevor Lee the new leader of the group. This is the first battle between Converse and any member of the Aftermath, as he said he was going to dismantle it person by person. That was a great move by Chet Sterling. He's got a cover right now with great ring positioning. Only two. That was a great move by Chet Sterling. Converse was trying to control Sterling. Sterling grabbed Converse by the ear and literally dragged him over until he could hang him over on the top rope. That was a great move from Sterling, a great move that you don't see very often. He was able to grab the tiniest little opening. Converse wasn't protecting his ear. He was able to grab the tiniest little opening and make something out of it, Nick D.
Brad, you said it correctly. That goes to show you that tutelage that he's gotten from Trevor Lee and Ben Tyler, and that he's learned from it, and he's able to use it against the first RIC Converse.
Not to mention, just in the past 8 or so weeks since Madness in Any Direction, Chet Sterling has put on some weight. He's tan. He looks great. He's been hitting the gym just in the last 8 weeks, literally just since Converse and Osiris were kicked out of the group. I think Chet has realized the opportunity that sits before him. He has realized that he's got a chance here to elevate his game, to step up, so to speak. and he wants to make the most of it. This kid looks great. He can wrestle. No mistake about that. I remember hearing about this kid. Great move from Chet Sterling. I remember hearing about this kid a couple of years ago. They said he was the best athlete perhaps that had ever come through the Mid-Atlantic dojo, but he had the worst attitude. Chet Sterling, to my knowledge, is the first wrestler, the first potential wrestler, I should say, to ever be kicked out of the Mid-Atlantic dojo due to a poor attitude. Cross and the Aftermath took him in and made him what he is now. But even back when he was a trainee with a poor attitude, they still said, you've got to see this kid, he's an unbelievable athlete.
Well, so you got to understand, now is the time now. Before, he was the Aftermath apprentice. He was kind of like, you know, the kid that you kind of, you know you're cool with, but you kind of overlook him. Now that it's Ben Tyler and Trevor Lee and him now, he has no choice but to elevate and step up his game to superstar status here in the CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Right cross from Converse, another right cross from Converse. Fires him into the buckle again and again.
You've got to give it to RIC Converse. He's set himself on a mission. He said it time and time again. If you create something, you also want to destroy something that you create. And now he's out to show that he's going to dismantle the Aftermath on his own.
Woohoo! Almost got him. At first-time referee Tyler Dalton doing a great job. He was right there. He was looking at the shoulders. He was doing everything he needs to do. Maybe work on that dress code next time. But other than that, he was doing everything he needed to do. And Chet Sterling almost beat Converse right there.
Well, that's the thing about Chet. Even though he's still the apprentice, he's been around here for long enough to know that he's got to elevate his game. And he's actually showing RIC Converse that he can actually hang with him tonight.
Of course, if you missed the announcement earlier tonight, Tyler Dalton is a volunteer at the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club of Alamance County. We've got a huge fundraiser coming up there on Friday night, May 17th. And as part of that, Tyler Dalton going to referee on that card. We're getting him some real-time on-the-job training tonight. Young Tyler Dalton from the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club. He has literally been thrown right in the line of fire tonight with 2 matches on this card as we prepare for that big fundraiser event on Friday night, May 17th. And Converse now has found an opening. Now, drilling Chet Sterling, sends him against the ropes. Converse, big back elbow. You got to watch out for the Richter scale. You got to watch out for the sky high also. Converse has been beating people for years with both those holds.
Converse, a 6-time CWF Mid-Atlantic champion. He's been around, an AWA champion. RIC Converse is here. And there is a reason why he's known as the first RIC Converse, because he's done it all here in the CWF.
A lot of people think of him as the measuring stick here in CWF. Kitchen sink right there. He likes to use these in multiples. No, goes right to the side, Russian. Does not go for cover. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Weight was not over the shoulders right there. Weight was not over the shoulders. He put his weight on the midsection and the sternum. Big, like we saw earlier with Eric Andrews and Chase Dakota. Eric Andrews had all his body weight on Dakota's shoulders. Converse going for the Richter scale. No. Sterling had it counted. Could be the leg lariat. Yes! Chet Sterling is going to do it here. Upset right now. Foot is on the rope.
And that's the point where you got to give credit to RIC Converse, knowing where he's at in the ring, and was able to put his foot up for a 2 count to save himself in this matchup tonight.
Chet Sterling getting right in the face of Tyler Dalton from the Boys and Girls Club of Alamance County. This kid, it is his first night referee, and this is a big assignment, like I said, but he's done a good job so far. Big right cross. Sterling has had a great showing so far. A win here would mean so much. I dare say that even 3, 4, 5 months ago, hypothetically speaking, Converse would have beat Sterling in 3.5 minutes. No, blocked it. Richter scale. He got it after all. Perfect ring positioning. Dead center. And he beat him. Chet Sterling avoided the Richter scale the first time, but not overall, and Converse wins it.
That's being able, you know it when you're in the ring. 1, 2, 3.
And ladies and gentlemen, your winner by pinfall in 7 minutes, 17 seconds, the first RIC Converse. scheduled for one fall for the 30-minute time limit. If you would please welcome your CWF Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, the All-Star Goon Squad, Roy Wilkins and Walter Eaton.
The Goon Squad is out here tonight to defend the CWF Tag Team titles against Andrew Everett Cross and the Rookie of the Year, Chris Lee. I'm your host, Nick D, alongside Cecil Scott. Cecil, this has got to be a good measuring stick.
That's right, the greatest Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions of all time are here tonight to show you what tag team wrestling is all about. And tonight, Walter, Roy, we have Chris Lee, Shay Smooth, Star 102 Jams, and WXII. And he's teaming with the star of National Pro Wrestling Day, the International Ultra J Champion,
Like this big.
Chiva Kid. Look, there's a little Chiva Kid right there in his little Chiva goat shirt. Kid, I'm gonna come down there and smack you right after I smack the Chiva Kid. Tonight, you're gonna see some real wrestling, the greatest tag team of all time. And tonight, we're gonna go celebrate right after we win this match. I got it all lined up. The limo's out there waiting, guys. We're ready to celebrate. So bring out that tag team so we can hurry up and beat them up and we can get on with some business.
As you stated, tag team championship defense. Got the young team of Andrew Everett Cross and Chris Show Smooth Lee making their way to the ring right now.
Show Smooth, Chris Lee, and Andrew Everett Cross.
Andrew. Andrew Cross, one of the most talked about names in pro wrestling today. Wait, Trevor Lee! Trevor Lee just belted Andrew with the belt and he's hauling ass out of the building. Chris Lee giving chase. Did you see where Trevor came from?
I don't know where Trevor came from. All I saw was he had the Mid-Atlantic television title in his hand. Dave knocked him out and Andrew Cross is still down, ladies and gentlemen.
And Chris Lee finds himself in a 2-on-1 disadvantage against the tag team champions, the Goon Squad. I would not want to be in this position.
Well, it's been well documented about the history between Andrew Cross and Trevor Lee, all stemming back from National Pro Wrestling Day when he was able to break the jaw of Trevor Lee, and it seems like from that point on, they've had like a heated rivalry going on. Trevor Lee attacking William Cross, who ended up being the father of Andrew Cross, and Andrew Cross is still down, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think he's getting up anytime soon, and beyond the broken jaw, I think the bigger story is that Trevor Lee feels jealous of the success of Chiva Kid or Andrew Cross now.
Well, I had a chance to talk to Trevor backstage, and you know, he's like you said, he seems slighted. You know, he seems like that all the talk has been about Andrew Cross and not about him. He feels as though he's the one, that he was a star of National Pro Wrestling Day, and now he's out to prove it to everyone that it's not about Andrew Cross, but it's about Trevor Lee.
Absolutely, and Chris Lee right now, I feel like isn't really, I think he's just shaking, he doesn't know what to do, but I think he needs to be more aggressive here. Wrestling with the tag team champions right now is not going to get him anywhere since he's at a 2-on-1 disadvantage.
Especially with a team like Walter Eaton and Roy Wilkins, who are, like I said, multiple time CWF tag team champions. You've got Coach Gemini. It's a tough task for Chris Lee, but you know what? I think he can able to handle it. This is only his second title defense here in the CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Yes, his second shot at a major title, but man, the experience of Walter and Roy it may be the deciding factor. They're going to take their time. They don't feel like they have to rush. Even if Chris Lee holds on into a draw, they still keep the titles.
Yeah, that's the thing about title defenses. You can win as long as you win by count-out disqualification. The title doesn't change hand unless it's a no DQ match, and this is definitely not one of those. So, in a way, you've got to favor the champs, but again,
whoa. Yeah, they call it the championship advantage.
But Chris Lee is determined. You know, Chris Lee has had multiple chances to be a champion here, and I think he sees his opportunity to present himself to hold a major title. And that's no disrespect to any of the titles here in CWF, but to be a CWF Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champion with a partner like Andrew Cross is very monumental.
Very much so. I mean, this is the highest tag team honor you can receive in the Mid-Atlantic. And I'm looking over here, and a couple of folks are attending to Andrew Cross, who's still down. I don't know if we're getting that on camera, but the coach took a couple of pot shots at him.
Well, you've got Grandpa Winkle over there. Pops is over there.
Yeah.
Pops is over there checking on him, and some other people. But Andrew Cross is still down, ladies and gentlemen.
And even if he makes it back into the ring, I wonder how effective he would be at this point. And you see already Walter Eaton really taking his time. Chris Lee for a moment had the right idea. He took it to Walter. And there he goes. I mean, he's got to really push the pace here. It's kind of like a power play in hockey almost. You really got to press the advantage.
Well, when you've got to, it's almost as like this match is a handicap match right now. So you've got to, as someone like Chris Lee, has got to use this to his advantage.
Beautiful arm drag.
Keep Walter in the ring as much as possible.
There's a little miscommunication there. Roy caught Walter. Enziguri. That might take, the coach is throwing the yellow flag in. Joey
Hogan throws the flag right back at
Chris Lee has got this. He has really got the advantage right now. I'm a little surprised.
Chris Lee is out to show that he can, even though Andrew Cross is down, he's still being able to take advantage and maybe able to win his titles single-handedly by himself.
He needs to focus on taking one guy. Oh! Did you see the elevation?
Chris Lee is focused, ladies and gentlemen. He's out to prove to him that he can hang with anybody.
Win, lose, or draw. I mean, he's becoming a man in this match.
And it looks like Andrew Cross is able to make it to his feet. His grandfather Pops has actually got him up in the upright position, but still, you've got to. He still looked like he took a beating.
He's out on his feet, honestly.
He took a beating from that shot by Trevor Lee.
Chris Lee, like I was about to say, really needs to focus on getting one of these guys out and incapacitated. Oh, catches the elbow on Walter Eaton. A little bit indecisiveness in there. It's almost like he's trying to divide and conquer, but
he's definitely showing the crowd. But again, Cecil, that was a rookie mistake. Playing to the crowd, and I have no problems with that. But if you lean to the crowd too much and not focus on your opponents, especially when you've got a handicap match almost, it can come back to haunt you.
There's a time and a place. Oh, and we just saw Andrew Cross try to get back in the ring, and Walter shoved him right out. That's the thing. I know from experience, Walter Eaton, you cannot take a breath against this guy. He will turn things around on you in a heartbeat. He may be the most dangerous man in CWF Mid-Atlantic, and a lot of people forget that because he's in a tag team.
Walter Eaton was a CWF Mid-Atlantic champion.
For a year.
Multiple tag team champion now. Like you said, Walter is a dangerous man in this business, but on the flip side, you've got to give credit to Chris Lee, who is determined at staying in this match, even though he's only been the only one in the match right now.
No, he's making a great accounting for himself. He's showing a lot of heart, but the pace is what the All-Stars want, what the Goon Squad want. They're slowly grinding the energy out of this kid. And, you know, think about it like this. The guy takes on such a hectic schedule. How much energy can he have at the end of the week?
Absolutely.
And I'm looking down in the corner. Andrew Cross trying to pull himself up now. Joey Count being very deliberate with this count.
Joey Hogan, one of our senior officials here in the CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Oh, we need more cowbell.
Roy is starting to give a number to Chris Lee, but Chris Lee is still hanging in there.
Great move by Chris Lee. He needs to hit something big here. A hip toss, I guess that'll work.
And he's got them, both men are down. And it looks like Andrew Cross with help from Pops, is making his way up
He's getting closer and closer to getting up to the ring apron. How much help will he be, though?
That's the thing about.
And the pace he's going, I mean, oh, never mind. I don't know if he'll get back in the ring.
Walter Eaton has definitely taken Andrew. Trevor started, but Walter Eaton is definitely taking his toe on on Andrew Cross, keeping him outside, and that's where the mark of a champion, a veteran tag team like the Goon Squad comes into play. Keeping one man down in the ring.
Right, and it's right now easier than ever for them to do such. And I always like to look at a man's face in the middle of the match. Look at the desperation on the face of Chris Lee right now.
Well, Cecil, he's tired. He's been in this match for the longest. In most tag matches, you can tag out to your partner and get a little breather before you come back in, but he has been doing this all himself.
Doing it himself, and right now he doesn't know if he's coming or going. He's calling for Drew, like desperate cry out for his partner. And he doesn't know, like one moment he's dealing with Walter Eaton, he turned around, and then there's Roy Wilkins punching you right in the face. And they've really worked on his neck. That's one thing I've noticed, the neck and the upper shoulders. And again, Andrew Cross showing tremendous heart, just trying to help his partner. Oh!
You see, they're keeping him down, and that's the thing that scares you the most about this matchup.
Oh!
At some point, fatigue is going to kick in, especially with Chris Lee being the only one in there. How much can he take before enough is enough?
Yeah, I hate to say it, man, I know he'll never do it, but sooner or later you got to know when to cut your losses. I mean, they're just going to keep beating on the guy until he folds.
Well, that's the heart of Chris Lee. If you know the story from Chris Lee, he's come from so much. He's on 102. He's on WXI. He's fought to get to where he's at in life, and now he's saying he can hang in there. As much as how long, who knows?
Beautiful.
But he's hanging in there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really fault the guy his heart is just amazing right now. But right now, you got to have some kind of game plan, even in the face of adversity, and right now I think he has none.
We've got Coach Gemini jarring at Chris Lee right now.
I think he plays some great records on 102 James.
10 minutes has expired, 20 minutes remain.
Man, and 20 minutes left. What do you think about that?
30 minutes is a long time to last in a match by yourself.
Walter went for the lariat. Oh, rolling cradle. Oh, we almost had an upset there.
We almost had new tag team champions.
Oh, beautiful power slam.
Power slam by Chris Lee. But he's, like I said, the fatigue is kicking in. He power slammed him and he's still down.
But he bought himself a few moments to regroup.
Andrew Cross is finally making his way up to the corner, but even with him, he's still taking a beating, and he's reaching out.
I mean, the kid's all heart. I mean, he's going to do whatever he can, but he might not be in any better shape than Chris Lee right now. I didn't even see Chris Lee doesn't even want to tag him. Oh, he's done. He's done. And that lit a fire under Chris Lee. Andrew might have a concussion by the time this night's over with all the blows he's taken to the head.
You saw Chris Lee looking at the injured Andrew Cross, gave him a look that he couldn't tag him because he knows how much pain he's in right now. But you've got to give a credit to Andrew Cross being able to be a friend.
Crucifix. 2. Oh.
Only a 2 count.
He's got the right idea. Quick pins, that's what he needs to go for. Blue Thunder driver. And Joey, I think he forgot who the legal man is.
You've got to give credit to Chris Lee. He is giving it all he can tonight. Shot after shot, blow after blow. Setting up for soul food. He nails it.
Walter might be out. If he could turn his attention to Roy Wilkins, he might have it. And I'm looking, Andrew Cross is still trying to pull himself up. Flipping Gamagiri to the face. He needs to pin one of these guys. Where does he go? I think he's taking too much time.
He's trying to get them both.
What in the world? Well, he's really going for the big one here.
If he nails this, you might have.
My God, we're going to the coaches on the apron. 2, 3. Chris Lee has this.
We would have had new tag team champions if it wasn't for Coach Gemini.
And it's an inexperienced referee being distracted. That is a penalty. Oh my God, the coach. Walter Eaton's grabbing the tag team championship belt off of our table. Well, I think we've seen enough belts being used here tonight. Oh. Right to the back and the neck that they've been working on of Chris Lee.
1, 2, 3. Your winners and steel tag team champions, the Goon Squad.
Minutes, 38 seconds. Your winners by pinfall and still CWF Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, the All-Star Goon Squad, Walter Eaton and Roy Wilkin.
Turn in your shirt, Joey. Bring out the new ref.
And ladies and gentlemen, the next bout tonight is for the CWF Mid-Atlantic Television title. It's scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute television time limit. Please welcome first your champion, representing the Aftermath, Trevor Lee.
Last night I had to sit out in this crowd and watch Drew buy a mask off of highspots.com and come out here and try to be the Chiva kid and lose. Come on. So when you find out how to get up off the ground, watch me on my show win my belt.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent tonight, Johnny Dollars!
Donnie Dollars is on his way to the ring in this matchup for the CWF Mid-Atlantic television title. I am your guy, Nick D, alongside Cecil Scott. And Cecil, this is a good matchup for the television title. A former champion, Donnie Dollars, against the current champion, Trevor Lee.
Right, and Trevor not wasting any time, went right after Donnie, who came out with no music.
It's been well documented that since the demise of Fatback, it's almost like Donnie has no identity right now.
He's dead inside right now. Oh. But right now, I think Donnie's, he's in there with Trevor Lee, but he sees Nick Richards. He sees Nick Richards, and I think he's going to treat him like Nick Richards.
And that's the thing. We've seen it earlier. I was here earlier with Brad Stutz. It's almost like the Fatback is kind of taking their own route right now. Matty Daero working on Fatback on hold, working on his own thing. Brad has now gone back to the commentary booth and working behind the scenes. And now
they're coming over here.
And now you've got Donnie Dollars, who has not shown he's been aggressive the whole time.
And a little backstory here. Trevor Lee defeated Donnie Dollars last year to win the television title by putting a piece of rebar in his kick pad and kicking him right in the head.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
And, whoa, Chet. You can never forget about Chet Sterling out there. Watch the kick to the face. Donnie knew it was, oh, God. Again, the Chet Sterling factor.
What? Oh! Kick to the face by Trevor Lee.
And listen to the crowd.
The crowd is definitely in here tonight. We thank all the fans for coming out here to the CWF Sportatorium.
Our 348th show.
Don't forget 350. It happens May 18th, live here at the CWF Sportatorium. 349th will be at the Boys and Girls Club of Burlington as we celebrate with former heavyweight champion and WWE Hall of Famer Sergeant Slaughter.
One of the all-time greats, a legend here in the Carolinas in his own right. Many of the old-timers remember he and Don Kernodle versus Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood in the cage in '83, right here in Greensboro.
Only a 2 count for Trevor Lee. And you've got to, I had a chance to talk with Trevor earlier. Trevor is out to prove, he's still slighted about the National Pro Wrestling Day. It seems like everyone's focused on Andrew Cross right now, and they haven't paid attention to Trevor Lee. And I think he's out here to show people that he was the actual ultimate star of National Pro Wrestling Day.
Right, and Trevor Lee, as far as he's concerned, if you're not talking about him, he's not listening. That's about how it goes. He feels like all the attention should be on him, and to a degree, he's right. I mean, he's held that TV belt for a long, long time.
He's held the TV title for a long time. He's now professed that he's the leader of the Aftermath after kicking RIC CONVERSE and X-Cyrus out the Aftermath.
Not to mention William L. Cross. And that's kind of where this whole thing started with he and Drew. What in the world? I think he overshot his target. And that's kind of a case where he doesn't know his own athleticism. He just jumped too high.
You've got a lot of, like I said, you've got a lot of backstories in these matchups, from the demise of Fatback to the heated rivalry between Trevor Lee and Andrew Cross.
Man, it's the knee strikes.
Cecil, we are looking at a crazy summer here in the CWF Mid-Atlantic.
We are. I mean, summertime's always kind of wild here. And I think this is going to be the wildest yet. I mean, we got the 350th show coming up next month. One of our staple events, Absolute Justice. An event that's always one of my favorites. I've had some big matches at Absolute Justice. And I never would have thought 6-7 years ago when I came here we would be at 350 shows.
350. It's a lot of names that are going to be announced this Monday. Make sure you log on to CWF247.com, where we're going to be announcing several names that will be coming back from the past. So you don't want to miss this show coming up on May 18th here at the CWF Sportatorium.
Man, maybe we'll see Trent Wild.
Who knows?
Who knows? Man, I just hope we don't have anybody I have heat with.
and Trevor Lee is taking it to Donnie Dollars. It's almost like he's cut off the steam. When Donnie started this matchup, you saw that aggression, you saw that full steam. It's almost like he's cut off Donnie's steam in this matchup right now and is taking it to Donnie Dollars.
Well, he weathered the storm from the big man and let him wear himself out. It's a simple game plan. 5 minutes left in the television time limit.
And the crowd is actually split right now. We hear Trevor chants, we hear
Sterling again on the apron. Springboard double knee. My God.
Is that it?
That's got to be it. Oh, Donnie kicks out.
You had a cocky cover by Trevor Lee.
Man, what a match we got here for the television title.
I mean, the crowd is definitely into it tonight. Several chants for Donnie Dollars.
Hey, Donnie always a favorite here, but I mean, maybe I'm supposed to point it out, but Trevor Lee has gained a lot of fans here.
Well, you got to understand, before Trevor Lee with Ben Tyler was the fun, athletic guys having fun. But ever since then, Trevor Lee has taken a more aggressive, sinister role, and he is now focused. And to a degree, maybe some fans actually like that sinister side of Trevor Lee.
And they like talent. But speaking of focused and sinister, Donnie Dollars is pissed right now. Just shook off all those kicks from Trevor, and those kicks hurt, trust me. Leg drop coming up.
Donnie looks like he's determined to regain the title that he lost last year to Trevor Lee.
And I think he needs this title to kind of refocus himself and get his mind off of this Richards situation.
Looks like he's setting up for the boot, but he got blocked by Trevor Lee.
Trevor, I think, was going for that knee strike. Answer. Oh, my God. Donnie's loading up for that boot.
He's loading up for the boot. Wait a second.
Nick Richards.
Nick wasn't supposed to be here.
And Donnie's going after him now. And Nick, of course, going out the back door again. And Donnie gives chase. They might be chasing each other down Springwood Avenue right now, for all we know.
Like we said earlier, it's been well mentioned the new rivalry that is ensuing between Donnie Dollars and Nick Richards over the demise of Fatback, and it's over. He sees Nick and
Charles is counting. He's up to 8. We're gonna have a count out here. And Nick Richards did what he wanted. He wanted to keep Donnie Dollars from winning that television championship, and he succeeded.
Ladies and gentlemen,
your winner, Trevor Lee, and still television champion.
CWF Mid-Atlantic television champion, Trevor Lee. Ortega!
I think so, yes. The late Jesse Ortega.
His opponent tonight, a former Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. Please welcome Lee Valiant.
As we approach the 350 30th live event ever promoted by CWF Mid-Atlantic that is coming at you on Saturday, May 18th. One of the greatest rivalries in CWF history is revisited as Jesse Ortega, the bruiser of the All-Stars, collides with Lee Valiant. Brad Stutz and Cecil Scott are in the booth. And Cecil, you were there right along with me, right along with others, back in 2007, 2008, all the way up into 2009. Was there any more ferocious rivalry in CWF than Lee Valiant against the group now known as the All-Stars?
No, I can't think of anything more intense. I mean, it's a feud that in a lot of ways made Lee Valiant who he is today. But these two attempted to just wipe each other off the face of the wrestling planet and damn near succeeded.
They were the final two in the CWF Rumble back the year that Valiant won it.
2008, yes.
They were on opposing teams of the Cybernetico that year at Ultimate Survivor, opposing captains, as it were. And then they had a knockdown, drag-out brawl that year at Battlecade in December. So among those more high-profile matches, there were countless others in rec centers and armories and the old Carolina Sports Arena. Countless battles between these two. So I dare say, Cecil, neither guy I don't think is going to show the other something that they've never seen out of the playbook, so to speak.
Right. These two aren't going to really surprise each other. And I had a front row seat to this rivalry in that Cybernetico match, as it turns out. Pretty noteworthy match for a lot of guys, but these two, just always something special clicks when these two get in the ring with each other.
That was the first time we ever saw the AriK Royal dive, if I recall correctly.
One of the very first matches for AriK Royal in general. You remember Lumbee Warrior?
I do, absolutely. A longtime veteran of the Carolinas. Of course, Lee Valiant and AriK Royal been friends pretty much for the entire length of Royal's career, even back when AriK was just training, just starting out.
Yeah, Lee very much a mentor to AriK Royal in a lot of ways.
Of course, we will see AriK Royal defend the Mid-Atlantic Championship later tonight. Back suplex, no cover. Lee Valiant controls the headlock.
Yeah, he kept a hold of that headlock off that backdrop.
We'll see AriK Royal defend the Mid-Atlantic title later tonight against a fired-up Zane Dawson, and I'm a little bit nervous about this matchup, Cecil Scott. I've known Zane a long time. He's an intense individual, and I don't know that I've ever seen him as intense as I have seen him in his recent appearances in CWF Mid-Atlantic. He's motivated. He wants to make a name for himself here, and both the men in the ring, Jesse Ortega and Lee Valiant, can tell you this is the place to make your name and stake your reputation in the Mid-Atlantic, is right here in Gibsonville at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium.
Right. I mean, we are not to put ourselves over too much, but we are the top of the heap in this area. And I think he went to the eye there.
I think you're right. I think Ortega manipulated the official, Joey Hogan.
Which isn't hard to do.
Well, big hooking blow. Fires away, does Valiant.
And as we were talking about Zane Dawson and AriK Royal, I really feel like this is the most dangerous man that AriK Royal has faced in his title reign.
I think you might be right on that. You know, we have seen a lot of great wrestling matches. Cedric Alexander, of course, the Chiva Kid Andrew Cross back at Madison in Direction.
What a classic that was.
We've seen a lot of great wrestling matches from AriK Royal as champion. I think he's in for a whole other beast tonight in Big Zane Dawson. And
yeah, he needs to be ready to fight tonight.
Talking about beast, these two have always, for years and years and years, brought out the beast in each other. Ortega hits the ropes and charges with his full body weight, takes Valiant to the canvas.
Nice.
Valiant up. Nope, got him, got the arm.
And Ortega saw him and kind of put the brakes on.
That was a great veteran move from Ortega. He was not going to let him have it. Nope, slips under again. Kick to the back of the head, got nothing. Like I said, these guys know every move in each other's playbook.
And until this point, it's been more or less a wrestling match.
Great drop kick, caught Ortega right in the face.
And we've got two guys who've just been around the block. Not only do they know each other, they just know all the tricks in general.
Oh yeah, I've been friends with Lee for a long time also. Like we were talking about AriK Royal, and Lee Valiant is one of my absolute favorite people to just sit and converse and talk wrestling with. He's a fountain of information. He's a knowledgeable guy, and he knows a whole lot about this industry. Like I said, one of the most knowledgeable people I know about the sport. Valiant now going after Ortega. Ortega, like you said, you just got the words out of your mouth, knows all the tricks, and he just used one right there to potentially
weaken the arm of Lee Valiant.
Yeah, pulled that arm right across the ropes. And of course, his favorite hold is that Fujiwara armbar, which really hyperextends the shoulder and the elbow.
It's a dangerous move from a dangerous man.
And it's such a simple move, and that's what makes it scary. Oh, jammed right to the shoulder.
I would say now that arm has been compromised. No. Valiant gonna go for the sliced bread. That's his patented move. That's his baby. No, Ortega knew it was coming. Sends Valiant to the floor.
Yeah, he's fallen victim to that move many, many times. And Valiant knew that every bit of his attack is going to be on that arm and tried to put the kibosh on it. And the coach, I think, is helping Lee Valiant in the ring.
And Joey Hogan is manning up to Ortega.
Joey Hogan's on some stuff tonight. I don't know what's going on with him. Oh, gosh. Yeah, he needs to count. The coach, does he still have any flags left, or did he throw them all in that tag title match?
Count of 2 on Valiant on the floor.
And Lee Valiant, I mean, he's...
Oh, God, kicked him right in the head.
And Ortega might be content to just keep kicking him until he can't get back up.
It was right behind the ear.
Hey, very reminiscent of that tag team match we saw earlier where they just kept kicking Andrew Cross right in the head and wouldn't let him in the ring.
That looked downright traumatic at points.
Yeah, that was a little uncomfortable to call. And Lee Valiant just took a pretty hard knee to the head.
We have certainly seen him withhold and withstand punishment. We have seen him hold on, I should say.
Is withstand a word?
I think.
I guess we can use it now. Upstain is totally different.
Pretty sleepy right now.
I can tell.
It's been a long day at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium.
Every day's a long day for you, buddy.
It really is.
It's a long day for Lee Valiant in the ring right now. Man, look at the contortion on that. Oh, God. Not to steal your gimmick, but oh, God.
A grotesque angle, and just like you said, a grotesque torque on the arm. They fire away at each other.
Oh, man, that makes me want to say swear words on the mic.
Let's don't do that.
Oh, my God.
Whenever you want to swear, just make up a word. That's what I do.
Oh, fudge.
That's a real word, sir.
But I want fudge now. And tonight, more than everybody's just fighting and beating the crap out of each other tonight.
You know, I think there's something too. Matty Daero made an interview, or gave an interview earlier tonight. But he's getting to me. Matty Daero made an interview earlier tonight, and he said there's something about the summer months. And you know, there may be something to that.
Could be.
Because it's right now, as we're talking, wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this in the world, it's May the 4th, 2013.
Mayday.
It's the first really hot summer night here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. We've enjoyed the cooler weather, and I think Matty may have had a point. Several people on the card tonight, the Goon Squad, perhaps even sensitive subject Aaron Briggs. We've seen a little extra fire out of people tonight. We have seen that little something extra. Maybe it is a situation where these hot summer nights, it creates something in the air here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium.
Well, it makes me cranky. I mean, I hate the heat, so maybe that's what it is. It's Mississippi hot in here.
You also hate the cold.
I hate everything. Wow,
Ortega firing up on Hogan.
That's offensive.
One of the most offensive people on the roster is Jesse Ortega. No doubt about that. Valiant firing away.
And he took too much time jawing with the referee and let Lee Valiant get back into this, or maybe not. Oh,
God!
Watch out. We're about to wipe out some Zebins on the front row.
Kicked him in the face. Valiant trying to hold on and did not. Grant Sawyer was right there. The side of his face collided against the floor. And Cecil, you can attest that 1.5-inch padding does not help you that much.
No, it does. I mean, Corey Edsel liked dropping me on that thing a lot.
Count us up to 5. Counts up to 6.
Are we going to have our second count out?
7. We may. Valiant's got to be aware of the official here.
What is the coach
He's
doing?
up, he's up, he's up. Coach is harassing everybody.
Blowing that whistle right in everybody's ear hole.
Blowing in their ear hole.
Yes, right in the ear hole.
Ortega going to go for the surfboard, it looks like.
I don't want to correct you, but it looks like he's going for a bow and arrow. Or like raking the eyeballs out.
Well, that too.
Yeah, bow and arrow. I love this hold.
The back is going to be stretched out over the, no. Valiant slipped out of it, but Ortega not even down for a 1 count. Ortega is in control of this matchup, Cecil.
Yeah, and he's stalking that arm still. Actually, it looks like he might be focusing a little bit on the ribs as well.
He's perhaps the most ferocious we've seen Jesse in a long time here. You know, he's been kind of
5 minutes remaining.
5 minutes left in the time limit. You know, he's been in the All-Stars for a number of years now, teaming with Michael McAllister, teaming with the Goon Squad. You know, had that ferocious battle with Jason Miller last year, but this is, I think there might be something to that. The summertime heat, bringing out the, no pun intended, bringing out the fire in these guys, and he just caught Valiant right in the face.
Not only that, but these two just never liked each other. And cannonball.
All the weight crashing down on Valiant.
And not to mention, you know, talk about teaming with the All-Stars for years, and don't forget his long association with the coach before there was an All-Stars.
Shoulder up at 2.
I mean, you know these two very well.
Undeniably so. Coach is still harassing the official for no reason. Joey Hogan throws the flag back out to the into the back row.
I mean, he's being a disrespectful jerk to the coach tonight.
Disrespectful to the coach.
Yes, he keeps throwing the flags in and Joey throws them right out. The flags are there for a reason.
Crowd here solidly behind Lee Valiant. Ortega may be the most universally hated wrestler in the building.
I don't care for him.
You don't care for anybody. All the weight crashes down onto Ortega. Valiant has to use this opening. He has to use this moment.
He dropped every bit of weight he has on Ortega and may have bought himself the precious few moments that he needs. But he's got to figure out something here. I mean, he can't just lay back. Ortega up first. Lee Valiant, insecurity in the back of the shoulders. He didn't catch everything he wanted out of that, but he's got Ortega reeling. And now who's going to be the first one up? Joey with his count. The coach grabs Lee Valiant's feet and right into the post. Lee Valiant's shoulder went right into the post, and that is not going to do him any favors right now. And Brad, as you saw, that shoulder went right into the post.
Ortega's game plan has been focused this entire matchup. He's wrestled a very smart match. I don't know if it's smart to slap a guy with as much passion as Valiant.
No, Lee Valiant's a quiet man, but he will fight back if you disrespect him like that.
Back elbow. Valiant needs to do something here. He had that one opening a few moments ago, did not make the most of it.
And Jesse Ortega would love nothing more than to stop this remarkable comeback that Lee Valiant's had in the last few months.
Valiant looking for something. No, lands in the Fujiwara. Ortega caught him. Ortega caught him in the Fujiwara.
This is it. I've seen very few people survive this hold. Lee Valiant's been in this hold probably more than anybody else.
That's a very fair assumption. Over the years.
And it's hard to think about this while you're in it, but he really needs to dig his head down into the mat and roll forward. That is the best way out of this.
2 minutes remain.
Only 2 minutes are left. Valiant's got to get out of this hold.
And it looks like he's going for that.
He's got 120 seconds to get out of this hold.
It's a lot better than trying to hold on for 120 seconds. Oh, and he eats the buckle.
Valiant's got to put something together here. Hook, sliced bread, could be it.
Got it!
Got him! Put some extra behind it. Drilled him! And got him! Sliced bread out of nowhere. The back of Ortega's head crashed against the canvas. Stunned him enough for the 3 count.
And ladies and gentlemen, your winner by pinfall, 13 minutes, 29 seconds, Lee Valiant!
Determination is on the face of Zane Dawson, a guy that I have known for a number of years, has for a number of years been itching to stake his name on the CWF Mid-Atlantic organization. He has his biggest career opportunity to do that right here tonight. And Cecil Scott, I dare say, we might be in for all-out warfare in this championship bout.
Yeah, this is not going to be a wrestling match. And as a quick little side story, when I asked him to team with us at Battlecade, he said yes, just because I want to get my foot in this door and make a name for myself on the biggest stage. And you know what? Here he is. One of the biggest matches of his career, if not the biggest match. And easily, I feel like the strongest test for AriK Royal.
They love the champion in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. You can feel an eerie calm in the building right now as some fans are on their feet for the wildly popular champion. Others are seemingly bracing themselves for the battle that is at hand.
And I feel like some are preparing for an inevitable result that they may not like.
Look at the intensity on the face of the challenger. Look at the confidence on the face of the champion. This is a title fight at CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Oh my. Chastity better do her job and get out of there. She might get hurt.
Oh God!
Chastity, get out.
It's on, it's on, it's on! Champion and challenger are going at it right now. No introductions needed. It would appear champion and challenger are going at it on the floor. Royal.
The following contest is your main event this evening, scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit for the CWF Heavyweight Championship. Your champion, AriK Royal, defends his title against Zane Dawson.
Chastity going through her introductions as quickly as possible. The battle is on. We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be crazy. And look at the champ. Look at the champ drilling away at Zane Dawson on the floor.
Man, I don't know. I admire Chastity for still doing her job out here, but
Face
man.
first into the post. I think he may have took Grant Sawyer down with him.
Mate, Grant's on his backside over here.
This thing is a war already. We said it would be. We had a feeling. To bring people up to date really, really quickly, Zane Dawson was here on April the 20th in what was called a redemption challenge, as Dawson and Lee Valiant both were looking to climb back on the mountain and become champion again. Zane Dawson won that matchup to earn this title shot, and at the conclusion of that event, Dawson attacked AriK Royal, left him laying, and proclaimed that he was going to kick AriK Royal's door down and take his championship. And the battle is on, Cecil Scott.
It's in, and it's very much almost a us versus them kind of mentality. Zane Dawson, not a CWF regular. Like, exactly like you said, he's kicking the door in. And just, he wants to take what AriK Royal has. He wants to rob his home.
For whatever reason, Dawson has never made his name in this part of the Carolinas. He resides towards the Carolina coast, but his reputation precedes him. Just like you said, you recruited him and his brother to be your partners back at Battlecade against Kazi Chiva and the Hurricane. People all throughout the Carolinas know the reputation of Zane Dawson. This is a main event caliber wrestler, and perhaps more importantly tonight, this is a tough, double tough fighter that's in this title fight right now.
I mean, that is the reason I went after the Dawsons for that match. I know how tough they are. And he's got one thing on his mind, and I get the feeling he is not going to stop until he has it.
Do you feel a little bit of a kinship towards somebody like Zane Dawson? You've made CWF your home, but for years now, you have always maintained that you never get the proper respect, that you never get the proper opportunity. Do you feel a certain kinship to Zane Dawson, to someone who views himself as on the opposing team?
Absolutely. And that's a big reason I went after the Dawsons. And I still keep up with the guys, even though I paid them to wrestle for us. It's just something it's kind of hard to put into words, really. I've been here for so long, and I've wanted that shot. I never got it. Zane Dawson, a veteran here in the Carolinas and has never gotten a shot here with us. Oh my God, what an atomic drop. My God. I have never seen an atomic drop that stiff in my life. But yes, to answer your question, absolutely. I 100% relate to Zane Dawson. He feels like he's never been welcomed here.
Well, I mean, he's had, the open door policy has been in effect for a while.
And I've never seen an atomic drop turn the tide of the match quite like I just saw.
This guy puts a little extra brutality on everything he does.
Yeah, I mean, to say the least. And now he's just trying to rip the face off of AriK Royal. AriK Royal has been in a lot of high-impact, I hate to use the word pretty, wrestling matches.
Athletic wrestling
matches. This is not an athletic wrestling match. This is an old-school, down-in-the-trenches kind of fight.
These two want to tear into each other. We heard Zane Dawson say, like we talked about earlier, that he was going to kick the door in and take what belongs to AriK Royal.
Like I said, it's like he's trying to rob his home. He wants to take his most valuable belonging, and that is that Mid-Atlantic Championship.
Royal fighting back.
And Royal in a very unfamiliar position to where he couldn't start the match off like a wrecking ball like he normally does. Oh,
oh God, against the top rope!
Great counter move.
The Let's Go AriK chants have been silenced. There is a stunned silence in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium right now. A new champion might come right now. We might see it right here, too, and only two. You can hear a pin drop in this building, Cecil.
It's like the air went out. I've made the comparison before. It's like when the visiting team hits a three-point bucket and the crowd just dies.
They're coming back up now, but I could see the faces on the fans. People in this building thought we were about to see a new champion 5 seconds ago.
Like I said during the introduction, some fans I think are preparing themselves for an outcome that they don't want.
Dawson dazed against the ropes. Royal crashes to the canvas. A hard-hitting brawl is what we're seeing right now.
And Dawson has the exact kind of match that he wants right now. It's slow and methodical and hard-hitting. AriK Royal cannot get his bearings.
Royal is down on the canvas.
And every moment he can, he's trying to fight his way back up, but Dawson's right there to meet him.
AriK down on the canvas. Look at Dawson. Look at the intensity on the face of Dawson.
He's just like he's mugging for a photo while he's twisting the head of AriK Royal.
Went right into the temple, I think, on that big swing.
And I'm hard pressed to think that Zane Dawson's not going to win the championship right now.
Dawson is in firm control. Grant Sawyer taking you right inside the ring. This cameraman Grant Sawyer with that elbow right on the head. Dawson is capitalizing on this opportunity right now.
Hey, Grant's a brave man being that close to the action right now.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, he's already taken a shot once in this.
Headbutt to the sternum from the champion. Royal, back elbow. Royal continues to fight.
And Dawson right there trying to cut him back down. Oh, man, AriK Royal, honestly, I think he's the only guy that loves being chopped. And if I'm not mistaken, did Dawson go to the eyes there?
May have. Oh, eyes are going against the top rope right now. Charles Richardson, our official, right there, warning him. The eyes were just raked across the top rope. And that's a nasty thing.
It is, and most fans don't realize just how much that hurts. That is straight rubber, rubbing the skin off of your face.
You know, you've got a 240-pound guy manipulating you. You can try to turn your face and get away from it, but it's tough when you've got a 240-pound guy pretty much on your back in control of you. You're going to get raked across that crude feeling of the ropes.
And it's hard to describe that feeling, but it really does just burn the skin right off of your face.
Referee Charles Richardson even a little intimidated by the challenger here, who has literally taken this match by storm.
AriK Royal trying to create some distance.
Royal maybe going for a headbutt. Yes, 2 headbutts.
Right to the face. Oh.
Chargy eats the buckle.
Kind of telegraphed his move there. I hate to say it. But Dawson was ready. We're going to get a backdrop suplex. Oh my God. Perfectly executed. We said it earlier, this cat can wrestle as good as he can fight. Cover, woohoo! Well, in this profession, if you can't do it all, you don't last very long. And he's got so many facets to his game. Yeah, he's a fighter, but as you saw with that beautiful back suplex, he can wrestle too. I mean, you look at him, it looks like a wild man that's going to rip your face off. Dawson scaling to the second rope. I'm not sure what he's got here. He's taking too much time. He's taking a lot of time, but the champ is hurt. Way too much time. Knees are up! Caught it right in the chest. The champ is dazed. We see Zane Dawson prone on the canvas, but the champ has got a glassy-eyed stare. But if AriK Royal's going to make a move, now is the time. I mean, he can't really lay around too much here. I know he wants to catch his breath, but he's got a chance here, and he needs to take it. Both men down. Crowd trying to get AriK Royal back on his feet. And this is the first time where Zane Dawson's actually looked like he's in trouble. Look at the explosive power of the champion. This is the AriK Royal that we have seen in the past several years, and in particular, ever since he captured the title on December 29th. 2-2, only two. And let's not forget, he has momentum. He retired his longtime nemesis, Ray Kandrak, at our last event, High Tension. You're right, and that's another bad man that AriK Royal has beaten, so he's got the experience of knowing how to tangle with a brute like Ray Kandrak, like Zane Dawson. Unbelievable at this point. Reversal by Dawson. Big splash in the corner and turns this match right back around. It did not take him long to reverse the momentum. And it's rake in the face. Randy Randolph Hedrick, our ring announcer photographer, just whispered in my ear, it looks like from his point of view that Zane Dawson's got a busted eye. Could be some blood, could be just some bruising, some swelling over the eye. But if that eye gets swollen shut, Cecil, I know you're a big boxing guy. If that eye gets swollen shut, it affects your ability to fight tremendously. Right, and more than anything else, it affects your vision. You can't see where the other guy's coming from on your weak side. Cover, good ring positioning, only two. And in a lot of ways, a swollen eye is worse than a busted eye. You can wipe blood out of your eye. If it swells, it just closes. I'm checking right now. I don't see any blood, so it may be exactly what you just described. It may be a situation where there's swelling, there's bruising, there's a situation where it's going to impair his vision, it's going to impair his ability to continue this bout. And AriK Royal loves to come with hard elbows and forearms, and that could be a big factor. Zane Dawson loves the lariat. Perhaps has the most devastating one I have ever seen in 15 years of this profession. Backdrop gets nothing. And AriK Royal's reeling right now. There, he went for it. Went for it, got nothing, because AriK Royal caught him. He caught it with the exploder, and trust me, that move works. Woo, only got two. Oh, AriK Royal's getting frustrated. The champ is getting frustrated right here. Don't get DQ'd, brother. Champ is setting up. Trying to get the crowd back into it, too. He might be looking for that football tackle or even the sit kick. Dawson's kind of in a daze. He's in a lot of trouble, probably the most he's been in the whole match. No, tackle got nothing. I think it was going to be the tackle, and Dawson took it to the floor. Fans need to get out of the way. Fans need to get out of the way. Security needs to do their job. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Security needs to do their job. Chairs are flying in the ring here. This is like the most chaotic scene I have ever seen in CWF. Zane Dawson is a man possessed with becoming the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. Well, he's not going to do it with a pile of chairs in the ring. He's going to get disqualified. Royal's got a chair. And Charles Richardson won't let him use a chair, but Royal's still got... Whoa! Oh, God, he's swinging! Royal was swinging for the fences with his chair! Dawson has got his! Swing got nothing! Royal, get out of the way! Royal's got his! Oh, God! My God! Dawson avoids the contact! Charles Richardson is calling for the bell! They're going to throw the match out! Oh, my God. I think Charles just threw the match out! He said to hell with this. There's chairs in the ring. There's a fight still going on. This is broken down into just, this is a mess.
They just threw the match out. Fans are chanting, oh God, the lariat came from behind.
Right in the back of the head.
The lariat came from behind on Dawson. Oh God, he just creamed him with it. The match is over. The match has been thrown out.
Yeah, the match is a no contest, but I think our winner of the battle right now is Zane Dawson.
I'm out, whoa. Oh God.
No.
Whoa, hell no.
Hey, Dawson's grabbing the title belt.
Dawson wants a 3 count. The match is over.
I like the guy, but I'm not getting in his way. Man, if he hits Charles Richardson, we might not see him again.
He wants a 3 count. This is madness. Well, that's not going to count, obviously, for anything. Zane Dawson is bullying the officials. He's laid out the champion, but that is not his belt. He's not the champion of anything.
Yeah, I think he's taking it home with him, though.
Dawson is standing over. The match is a no contest. Dawson is standing over AriK Royal with the Mid-Atlantic Championship. Oh, God.
Oh, Killbillies.
Killbillies just ran by us. Andrews and Banks. Andrews and Banks are getting in the face of Zane Dawson.
Man, AriK Royal needed all the help he could get right now.
Listen, Zane Dawson, you're a tough guy, we know it, but you don't need to resort to this, okay? Now listen, a lot of people have held that belt that are respectable. Kamikaze Kid, Lee Valiant, Rob McBride, all kinds of guys have held that belt, and AriK Royal has been just as honorable as a champion as anybody. Okay? We sit in the back and we do a lot of stupid stuff, but we're going to put our foot down on this one. Okay? You are not the champion. That belt isn't yours. It belongs to a CWF wrestler. Not somebody from Wilmington. So why don't you get in your vehicle, you drive back to the coast, and you leave us alone. Because CWF stands for CWF. Okay? AriK is a champion we can be proud of. So you're either going to get out of here, or I'm going to go and get about 25 guys that's going to make you leave.
We got a situation going on. Oh, God.
Come on, Dawson.
You CWF boys, take it out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, still CWF Mid-Atlantic champion, Beast Mode AriK Royal.
You show up here again. You show up here again. You show up here again. Get off me! Get off me!
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 12 minutes, 52 seconds. This match is a no contest.
Come on, Eric. Let's go! Get him out of here!
I promise you.
The fans
I promise you. You come back in here, your punk ass is not.
Get him. Come on. Hey, come on. Whoa. Take it. Let's see some blood. Let's see some blood. Get him. You gotta get him. No. Come on. Eric. Listen. Come on. Come on. He's gone. He's gone. He left. He got in his car and left.
Where is it?
He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Listen, he's gone.
It's over. I swear to you. It's over. Rest up. I promise you. He shows up here again, he's dead. He's a dead man. He's a dead man. I don't give a damn about his reputation. I don't give a damn how tough he is. He stepped his ass in here again. His ass is mine. I promise you that.
Eric, go cool off, man.